Theodore, he's in Bethesda. He's on line 4. Theodore, good afternoon. You are on the Vince Coglianese Show, and I love your name, so thanks for calling in.
Oh, thank you, Vince. I appreciate it, and thank you for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
I am beyond upset at what they're doing to President Trump. I never in my wildest dreams thought that living in suburban Maryland would start to look like living in Pyongyang, Caracas, Havana. This is insane what they're doing.
Yes.
It's just so wrong. If Letitia James starts to seize President Trump's assets, I think what you're going to see is a lot of us, including myself, going out and, as we know, protesting patriotically and peacefully. Wink, wink, if you know what I mean. Do you agree?
I don't know what you mean by that. Trump did say patriotically and peacefully he'd like people to make their voices heard.
Well, yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. But there is a silver lining to all this.
Yes.
I was just on Craigslist, and Mar-a-Lago's listed for just $50,000. Do you think we could crowdsource some money and maybe go in together and buy Mar-a-Lago?
$50,000. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to work. If Mar-a-Lago was $50,000, I would have brought oceanfront property a long time ago. I don't have access to the resources for a Mar-a-Lago, unfortunately, Theodore.
Well, it's zoned as a social club, so there's only so much you can sell it for. But I think we'd be helping them out. I mean, I've got like $30K. If anyone out there is listening and they have an extra $20K and want to go in on it with me, just hit me up on Truth Social.
I think you're like $1 million short for the offer, but it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Theodore, thank you.
I think later today.
Yeah.
I think later today. I'm just waiting. I think Trump Tower is going to go on there as well on Craigslist.
Sure, I'm sure it will.
He's putting everything up. It's so great.
Yeah. So
you believe anything, won't you, Vince?
So here it is. This is it. So just so people are aware, Theodore started the call expressing he's upset what's happening to Trump. The idea here is you're thrilled by what's happening to Trump, actually.
No, I don't want to be living in Pyongyang. Don't you think suburban Maryland looks like Pyongyang?
I think what's happening in America right now does look like the kind of thing you would see in North Korea. Yes.
Oh, you mean, right. But here, when people commit crimes, lots of them, they tend to get in trouble.
Really? Because Montgomery County keeps releasing illegal immigrants who are molesting children, and that seems to be fine.
It's awful. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
But at least Peter Navarro is going to jail, which is great.
What is it? Why do you get a thrill out of this? Hold up. Why do you get a thrill out of this? How long have you been an American citizen, Theodore?
All 55 years of my life.
55 years of your life. And now you're rooting on your political opponents going to jail? Why is that?
I root for criminals to go to jail. And how come people like Bannon, Manafort, what's his name, Weisselberg or Weisselman, how is it that everyone around President Trump ends up in jail?
But do you realize why that's happening? Did you pause at all to take an inventory of all of this, or is this just all instinct for you?
I did some in-depth analysis, and you know what it is? They all committed crime.
No, you're a sheep. You're being misled, Theodore. And you have a chance to open up your eyes. I actually have faith that you can do it. But you are being misled by a political ideology that thinks that using the force of government in order to crush their political opponents is the only way they can win. It's disgraceful. They're trying to rob the voters of the ability to make these decisions. And you're seeing it happen right before your very eyes, and you're rooting on the tyranny. You just brought up the idea that, it's like Pyongyang and all that. That's the world you're creating right now. The idea, why would Trump, this case, the Letitia James case, the one I just took you on, the reason I took your call, the Letitia James case, they're trying to take out of him a $500 million pound of flesh in a case that has no victims. Does that make sense to you? Does that sound like justice to you in America?
Vince, if you didn't go along with this, I know you wouldn't have a job, but come on. At what point do you say I can't do
Okay, I can't. This is ludicrous. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Because I want to engage him. I wanted to draw him out just to engage him at all, to have some recognition of how preposterous it is that he's rooting this on.